live stream. Thank you so much for coming. Welcome to another episode of Relationship Q&A. Thank you so much for coming. And if you're new here, if this is your first time of coming, I want to say thank you so much. So today we're going to be talking about a very important topic. And if you're an oldie, thank you so much. I really appreciate you so much for coming. I'm so happy because I already have my people on the screen. So thank you so much. I can see you all. Thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so today we're just going to be talking about a popular notion, a popular mindset that a lot of people have, especially our African brothers and even our African sisters have as well. So basically, they think that they are the men are the head of a house and the women have no say at all. Okay, but before I go on, how is everyone? Before I jump in and start talking, how is everyone doing? I hope everyone is well. Thank you so much for coming. How has your Sunday been? Okay, so we have this live stream every Sunday, and the aim is to try to educate at least one person on the benefits of having positive relationship. Okay, and if you do have any stories you would like us to talk about, I'll just put my email address there as well if I can find it. If you have any story you would like us to talk about, then that's my email address. So please, please, please send it to my email, or you can contact me on Instagram or Facebook. I'll be happy to share your story. Okay, thank you all so much. Elegant Worldwide Channel, thank you so much for coming. Precious Meal Girl, Precious Meal or Precious Chi Girl, I see you there. Thank you so much. And Busma Baria, Elias Matters, Healthy Living with Deborah, thank you all so much. I really appreciate you. You are the reasons I am here. You like my African print? Yay! Thank you so much. You know, when you're doing videos like this, like every week, you run out of clothing. I'm like, you know what? I can't be bothered this afternoon. Just put on anything. Into this channel. Thank you so much for coming. Okay. I just thought, you know what? I've got this thing in my wardrobe, so why not put it on? But thank you so much, Elias Matters, for that. Thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of you for coming. I'm just checking. You want one too? This is especially from Africa, so it has to be ordered specially from Africa. Okay, Elias Matters. But thank you so much for your compliment there. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Like I said today, it's not gonna make. I don't expect this live stream to be longer than 50 minutes. Okay, so everyone. Everyone, I don't want it to be longer than 50 minutes, okay, because last week was supposed to be an hour and it ended up becoming an hour and 35 minutes. But today, the plan is for it to be about 50 minutes or thereabouts, okay? But thank you all so much for coming. I appreciate every single one of you for coming. Okay, so like I said, we're talking about this notion that African men have, like, okay, I'm the head of the house. Angel Corner, thank you so much for coming. And now I was supposed to check you out because I saw your comments on my video. I totally forgot. Angel Corner, thank you so much for coming to my live stream. Ochiko Newton, that's my nephew. Ochiko, thank you for coming. Esther Angel, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Ochiko, how are you? I'm so happy to see you, honestly. So unexpected. Thank you so much, Ochiko, for showing up. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, so like I was saying, it's a notion that a lot of African men have, and even the women tend to believe that the men are the head of a house, therefore they don't have a say. In terms of decision making, in terms of things that happen to their marriages, a lot of times the women feel like, okay, I don't have a say. And the men feel also like they are in charge, okay? But my aim today is to try and correct that notion, okay? Okay, give me 2 glasses of wine. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'll just see if I've got anyone on Facebook. Thank you. My Facebook is acting up, but thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of you. Okay, so it's a common notion. So there's this man that says, oh, you know what? I make the decisions. I call the shots. My wife is a second-class citizen as far as our marriage is concerned. Okay, and a lot of times we fall into Victoria America. Thank you so much for coming. I'm happy to see you. A lot of times that's the notion that a lot of African men have, and even the women, like I said before, have that notion like, okay, he's the head, I have nothing to do or I have nothing to say. He calls the shots. Okay, and it's a good thing that in recent years, a lot of things are changing in terms of women empowerment, women changing, and women getting more education and things like that. So they are beginning to have their say. Please, guys, my monetization on 6th of March, 5 p.m. Okay, so Esther Angel is saying that monetization is the 6th of March. If you don't have anyone, connect with them and they'll connect with you as well. JJNC family, thank you so much. Congratulations, Esther, on your monetization. That's amazing. JJNC, thank you for sharing me out. I do appreciate you. I appreciate everyone for coming. So like I said, the aim of my live stream is just to try and educate one person, at least one person or more, if possible, just to say, okay, this is how to have a better relationship. If you have any questions, like I said, you can email your stories to me or you can connect with me on Instagram and Facebook. I'll be very happy to share your stories. Okay, but thank you all so much for coming today. Okay, like I said, the story. Ogonwadi, thank you so much. Richie, thank you for coming. Thank you so much for coming. Okay, so the notion is that he's the head of it. I can't stay, I'm in church. That's totally fine. Thank you for showing up. I really do appreciate you. Thank you, Ogonwadi, for showing up. Thank you so much. Okay, so the notion is he's the head of the house. I can't do anything. Okay, so when it comes to, so there was this man, and there was this story ahead of this man. And when it comes to finance, so this man was literally living from paycheck to paycheck. He had a very good job that was paying him so well, but he wouldn't take advice from his wife. He would rather go to his fellow men to take advice from them. He would rather go and listen to his mom instead of listening to his wife. And we do know that women, sometimes we have intuition that helps, that makes us kind of special. We know things that even the men do not know. Okay, and talk to the women there. Okay, sometimes we're able to put people in the right direction. Okay, but instead of this man to listen to his wife, he would rather listen to his mom or to his male friends. Okay, so he was literally living from paycheck to paycheck. Okay, and when his wife tried to correct him, he says, oh, you know what, how dare you try to correct me? How dare you tell me what to do? How dare you tell me how to spend my money? As far as I'm concerned, your job is to take care of the house. Your job is to clean, to cook, and to do all that, to bear children, and then to look after the children. Okay, so that's just the notion that the man had. And this woman was so unhappy and she had to come out and speak up. Okay, so, and that's why we're here today, just to talk about the story. So do you think actually that the woman should not have a say? Does the woman not have an idea when it comes to advice or giving an advice to her husband or to her family? Is it that the woman actually does not have a say? Okay, is it that the woman's brain is kind of not formed in the right way to make the right decisions? Okay, so that's what we'll be talking about today. And a lot of African men have this mentality. A lot of African men have this notion that, okay, this is what it is. Okay, but the point I'm going to try and make today is the fact that before I go to the point, what do you guys think? We are here again, Ian. Yes, I hear fully. Thank you, Henry, for coming. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Even though I've not spoken to you all day. But thank you for coming. Thanks, and let me sit well. Okay, and there's a link as well. If you want to join in, please, you can join in the conversation as well. I promise this today is going to be better. Today I'm better with the technology. I think I know the basics now, so that's fine. Okay, it should be better today. I'm telling you, sis. What did Richie say? Nice topic. Let me sit well. So yes, so Richie says we're here again. Yes. Okay, because you're here today. Thank you very much, Henry. Thank you so much. Okay, so Anochiko is here as well, Henry. So yes, that's the notion that we all have. So do you think it's right that this man is not listening to his wife? So what he did is sent money to, it takes his family, not his immediate family now, his mom, his sisters, his siblings. It takes their opinion. It's very inspirational by Marie. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate you. So it takes their opinions better than the opinion of his wife. So it spends money on his family, and then at the end of the month he's broke. He has a very good job. He has an amazing job. By the end of the month, he goes from paycheck to paycheck. And when the woman tries to say, "What's up?" He says, "How dare you?" Chizinwadike, thank you so much for coming. I'm so happy to see you. Thank you so much. So let's have a look. Precious says, if I don't have a say in my marriage, why am I there? There is no need. Okay, and that's the thing. We know that now because we are now educated. We now know that, okay, we should, in our marriage, it shouldn't just be the man that has the say. The woman should also have the say. But even at that, we also know that there are still some women out there that, even though that's the way it should be, some women out there are still keeping quiet, even though they know that they're not happy, even though they know that the man is not treating them right, the man is not taking them seriously. They still stay there and suffer. Okay, Victoria America, thank you. Blue Gist Network, thank you so much for coming. I haven't seen you in a while. I'm happy to see you. Thank you so much. Jessica Trinovec, thank you so much. Thank you all so much for coming. And please share me out if you can as well. That would be very much appreciated. Okay. So, right, like I was saying, it's a notion that a lot of African men have. Okay. And Precious Chigel has just pointed out, I said Precious Chigel. My God. Precious Mill. Precious Miller just pointed out there that if she doesn't have a say in her marriage, then why is she there? Okay, so that just tells us that we should have a say, whether a man or a woman. We all should have a say in our marriage, in our relationship. First of all, before you go into the marriage, when you are in relationship, you want to have a say. Otherwise, if you don't have a say in the relationship, at the time you get married, that's how it's going to be. Okay, so that's very important. I know someone else left a comment there. Let me see too, because I'm ready for this topic. It's long overdue. Just to say happy Sunday to all. Thank you so much. Okay, Richie, don't sit down because I've only got like a short time. I don't want this live stream to be too long. Jessica Trinovec, thank you for sharing me out. I do appreciate everyone that has shared me out today. Thanks, host. I've been waiting so long. So everyone has been waiting for this topic. Why? So why didn't you guys tell me? Like I said, if you know any topic you want us to talk about, my email address is there. Email me. You can contact me on Facebook or Instagram so we can talk about it instead of waiting for me, okay? But thank you all so much for coming. Chisenwadike says, hello, everyone. Cobzen, thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it. The Delta Peking, thank you so much. Okay, thank you all so much. So I need to get your contribution as well so that it's not me just talking, since everyone has been waiting for this topic. Everyone, Elias Matters is laughing. Let's see why she's laughing. JJ and C family. My chat is jumping. My chat is jumping. I don't know what's going on, but thank you all so much for coming. Okay, so the man, I shared you out. Thank you so much, Jessica. I do appreciate that amazing share. Thank you so much. I've got 22 amazing people in the house. I appreciate every single one of you. Okay, so it's important to know that, okay, so no one is contributing. Let me just crack on. Okay, it's important to know that when you get married, before you get married, you want to make sure that you understand that when we get married, it's not just, I'm not the weaker vessel or whatever they call it. Drop the link, host. Elias Matters, if you want to drop the link for me, please. Thank you so much. Okay, it's important that we know that we're not the weaker vessels. We are partners when it comes to marriage, and that's the point I'm going to today. Okay, that's the whole essence of this live stream today, is just to educate us to know that we are partners in our relationship. And Precious said, if I don't have a say in my marriage, why am I there? If I'm the one that's telling my husband, like, okay, you need to do this, you don't need to spend money so much, you need to do this, you need to do that, and he's not taking my advice, why am I there? Okay, so the man is continuously putting you down, like, okay, your opinion doesn't matter. I'm the head of the house, therefore I make all the decision. Why am I there? Okay, it's important that we draw the line even ever before we get married, to say, okay, we are going into this relationship as partners, not one person being better than the other person. We are equal in that sense. Okay, we are equal, because they said the man is the head of the house. Yes, he is the head of the house. And there's another saying that the woman is the neck. The head cannot survive without the neck, neither can the neck survive without the head. So we do need each other equally. Okay, so that's the point that I'm going to bring out today. I'm not going to say, host, you will stay longer, please, because this topic is not just come and go. Talk with Richie, please. Oh my God, Richie. So yes, we are going in. So the link is there. If anyone wants to jump on, please jump on. Let's have a discussion, okay? So that it's not just me talking. But thanks to everyone that's here today. I appreciate every single one of you. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so the point, like I said before, the point, Franca's Kitchen, thank you for coming. I appreciate you so, so much. Okay, the two party is very important. Yes, that's Delta Pekin. Two parties are very important. So whether I'm the man or I'm the woman, we're equally important. Yummy Kitchen, thank you so much for coming. I'm so amazed. Thank you so much. I'm so amazed at your love. Honestly, thank you so, so much. Okay, so what important? The man could be the head of a house, yes, but the woman is the neck. Okay, so you need me and I need you. The head cannot survive without the neck, and if the neck is there without the head, then there's no use really. Okay, so yes, let's see. Um, automatically head for review. Why, and why is it deleted? It's up with Richie. Why did you hide Blue Jeans comment? I believe marriage, it should be 50-50 in decision making. Over my, thank you so much. I haven't seen you on my live stream in a while. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Okay, so Jessica Trinovec, I've got one person on Facebook. Thank you for coming and say something so that I'll know you're here as well. Okay, so Jessica Trinovec, I just said that um a marriage should be 50-50 when it comes to decision making. Okay, so there are times that the man might be making the wrong decision or might not be sure of what he wants to say or what decision to make. The woman should be there to like point him in the right direction. The same thing goes for the woman. If the woman is in a position where she's not sure of what decisions to make, the man should be there to point him in the right direction. Okay, there's nothing wrong with the man coming to say, okay, let me sample my wife's opinion on this, instead of thinking that the wife is. But men don't need. Let me open that comment before Richie will delete it again. So Cobden is saying, I think family dynamic is this term. A man is the head of the home, and being the head also means that the decision lies in lies with him. This does not mean he does not discuss with his wife. That's also perfect. Thunder Scorpion, thank you so much for coming. I thought you were on holiday. I thought you were on a break, but thank you for coming. I appreciate you. I'm always happy to see you. Thank you. So, Cobden is saying that family dynamics are different. Okay, let me see if I can show this comment. I'm getting better with this StreamYard. Where is it? If I can find it, show comments. Let's see if that works. Okay, so Cobden is saying, Judy said, but men don't need women to survive. Women need men to survive. Okay, that's not completely true. We do need each other. And Cobden is saying that the family dynamics are different. Yes, the man is the head. What am I doing? The concept of comments to show. Sorry, guys. I'll just leave it. So Cobden is saying that family dynamics are different. Therefore, but however, the man is the head of a house. But having said that, he still needs to there's nothing, like I said before, there's nothing wrong with sampling your wife's opinion on anything. Okay, so even though you are the head of the house, you make the decisions and all that because you are the man, because you are the head, you need to also sample your wife's opinion. It's really, really important. Don't just make decision because you're the head of the house and say, okay, that's it. Okay, and Blogis is saying that men do not need women and women need men. I would really like to know why you've said that, Blogis, if you don't mind. Why you've said that men do not need women, but women need men. Okay, I really would like to get an understanding of why you said that, because you might have a reason. Okay, but in my opinion, we need each other. The head needs the neck needs the head as well. Okay, so it's also important. So Franca's Kitchen. Let me go to Franca's Kitchen's comment. Okay, Franca says, my hobby consults the oracle first before any move. That doesn't mean he is a whip. So when Franca says consult the oracle, I assume that she's the oracle. But that doesn't mean that he's a weakling. No, he's not. That doesn't mean that he's a weakling. Okay, even though he knows what he wants to do, sometimes he wants to run it by his wife just to make sure that they're on the same page. Okay, to make sure that they're on the same page, so that it's not him just running around and running with his ideas. It's even though he's right, sometimes it's good for the woman to feel like, okay, you know what, I have a say, or I'm making this decision with my husband. It's really important that she feels that way sometimes, even though you are the one making the decision. Sometimes you just want her to feel good that, okay, you have a say. Okay, so it's important. I mean, men should always listen to their wives. When it comes to decision, it is it always makes sense, but I know some men don't give listening ear in some cases, which is so true. Majority of the time, especially when it comes to African culture, the men believe that they are the head. They won't listen to their wives. They won't listen to anybody else. Okay. Also, what exactly are we discussing? Head as in all men or any other one in the story? I don't understand your question. Your question, Richie Colin Ho. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much. I'll get to your comment in 1 minute. So, Richard, what we're talking about is a man saying that because they are the head of the house, therefore their partner or their wife's decisions do not count. They feel like they are the first class and the women are second class citizens, therefore their opinions do not count. Okay, so that's what we're talking about, Richie. Okay, and we're saying that it shouldn't be that way, because in relationship we should be partners. Okay, so Colin is saying when decision affects both husband and wife, the decision needs to be discussed. She has a right to influence choices that impacts on her life. And that is also true, especially when it comes to huge decisions. Huge decisions, can't get my words out anymore. When it comes to major decisions that affect both parties, when it comes to major decisions that affect both the husband and the wife, it will only be right for the woman to have a say in it, or even for the man to pass it by the wife to say, okay, you know what, this is what I'm trying to do. Okay, what do you think? Okay, so it's really important. Let's have a look. Victoria America says, Victoria America says, Dr. Richie, please come out to host. Please stay a bit longer, please, because this topic is very interesting and heartbreaking to many women out there. Please stay longer. Thanks. I'll try my best. I should have brought another topic. Yes, he just wants my opinion on these issues, which is true. Okay, and Thunder Scorpion is saying women make decisions based of emotions. Majority of the time, yes. Majority of the time, the first decision we might make might be based on in emotions. Don't forget that emotion is also tied to our intuition. Okay, so that emotion is tied to our intuition, so that we know we have a feeling, and that feeling, sometimes money cannot buy that feeling, because most times that feeling is right when it comes to decision making. Okay, a lot of times some women might just be like all over the place making decisions that are not right, but when it comes to important decisions, when a woman says, I don't think that's the right thing to do, or without having any any emotions attached, so to say, most of the time, yes, that decision will be the right decision. And when the man goes ahead to make that decision or to take a step without the woman's consent, sometimes they find out that they've made the wrong decision. Okay, so the woman might not always be right, like I said, and the man might not always be right. But it's important that they put their heads together, their minds together, and say, okay, you know what? This is what I think, this is what I feel, this is what I think, and put the facts together so that they can. Elias Matters link, please, can put the facts together so that they can make the right decision together, not just one person. Okay, so happy Sunday, Vienna. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate you for coming today. Thank you so much. Okay, yes, he wants my opinion. Women make decisions based on their emotions. Okay, thank you so much. And Blue Jean is saying there is no partnership in headship. Only one person can be the king, and only one person can be the queen. Kings don't share. It's not a democracy. That's totally right. There can only be one king in the kingdom, and there can only be one queen in the kingdom. The king has his place, and the queen has his place. The fact that you are king doesn't mean that I'm less of a queen. Okay, we are both important. Without the queen, there's no king, and without the king, there's no queen. That's my own 2 cents. Okay, so the king needs the king, the queen. The queen also needs the king to be complete. Okay, so there's no sharing, there's no need to say, okay, we are dragging the position. There's no one is dragging. You are the queen, you have your place. You are the king, you have your place as well. Okay, so Chizimwadike says, and decision making is 50-50, but if you are with the stubborn ones or the ones that seek a third opinion, the ratio will not work. That ratio will not work. Okay. So, like I said before, some men would prefer to seek the opinion of their friends, of their parents, of their siblings. They prefer those ideas more than their wife because they feel like, okay, this one, no, she doesn't have anything to say or anything to offer. And that's really, really sad. And if you are in a relationship with that kind of person, like what she's saying, that ratio will not work. And again, it depends on the man, on the relationship. And sometimes you as a woman, if like what she just said, if you have a man that's stubborn and says, okay, you know what, it has to be my decision, you as a woman that is a queen, you look for a way to pass your message onto him so that it will still be as if it's his decision. But at the end of the day, it's your decision, but he feels that it's his decision. Okay, so we all need wisdom because the people we are in relationship with are different characteristics, different temperaments, and all that. Okay, Thunder Scorpion says if you take her advice once, the power goes to a woman's head, and she gets drunk. Thunder Scorpion, that's not always true. Okay, so like I said, you're talking about it. It's not as if okay, you are making the decision. So the link is there if anyone wants to join, if anyone wants to jump in. I'll really appreciate that. Okay. Where was I? Thunder Scorpion. The link, please. So Richard, the link is there now if you want to join. Thunder Scorpion. You may have a council meeting table, but rest assured the decision making is left to the kings alone. So there are times that the decision is left for the man to make. So sometimes the man has to make the decision. But the point by saying that there's nothing wrong with him passing that information or that decision through his wife. It's okay, you know what? This is the decision I'm wanting to make. What do you think? Even though he knows that whatever she says it might not take what she says. He knows the decision he needs to make is right. Adiosi Olariwaju, thank you so much for coming on Facebook. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. So sometimes he might be the one to make the decision, but there's nothing wrong with passing it through your wife. Okay, to say, okay, this is what I want to do. Okay, just to kind of get her approval in a way. Okay, is no fish out. Next, she will be trying to dress you up. Well, there's nothing wrong. I've got 2 people. Okay, let's have a look. Let's bring Richie up. Next, she will be trying to.
Hello, everyone. Hope you
Hi,
can hear me.
I've got JD&C as well.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Richie. Good to have you on. Thank you all
Nobody
so
should laugh
much.
at my hair. Oh. Nobody should laugh at my hair.
What to say? Just before I come up to you guys, we women are not second class. the rule with them. Okay, that's right. Okay, but as a woman, be active, not passive in decision making. I mean, contribute. It can't be right all the time, and that's the truth. So, Cobbs then is saying that the man is the head of the home. Simple, and that comes with my chat just jumped. Sorry, guys, just give me 2 seconds so that the chat is not flooded by the time I get back.
Oh, can I come back?
Okay, okay, JJ, that's
Oh,
fine. Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you. We have to trust that he knows what he's doing because we are in it together. A husband can take a bullet for his family, not 50-50. Okay, so that's fine. So, Richie, what's your take on this matter?
Sorry. Okay. Hello, everyone.
Hi,
Please pardon
Richie.
the noise at the background. So, first of all, um, for me, in my opinion, this being a head of a family, decision making. First, this live stream, I wish we have more men, more men on this live stream, because at the end of the day, women are more there, and at the end of the day, we women, we already know what the answer or what this debate is all about, but men don't agree. So that is why I wish we have men in this building. But since there is no men, at the
We
end,
have
see,
men. We have blue jeans and thunder.
I mean, men
More.
should be more, yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah, so that they will help us to pass the message. Okay, being the head, nobody is dragging the head and tail with anybody. Being the head has responsibility, not only decision making. There are some people that they will just come out and, like, there are some men that they will just come out and, like, okay, let me just ask, let me just ask for her opinion. It's not like maybe I'm listening to what she's saying.
Hmm.
They'll just, and then once you finish talking, they'll say, I know there's nothing good that will come out from what you are saying. I just say, let me just try.
Hmm.
Okay. Then there are some that they don't even want to give the woman the opportunity to even say a word. Then they will go to the Bible and bring the scripture. Even when they've not opened the Bible for 1 year, they will bring the scripture and say, the Bible said, I am the head. Meaning that any decision I make, whether I tell you before I make the decision or not, it should stand.
Yeah.
Okay. Just as you said in the beginning that, according to the story, he prefers to seek opinion from outsider than the wife. This is because they already believe that when it comes to husband and wife, the woman have no say at all. So they prefer to even ask their female friends, casual not girlfriends, they prefer to ask their female friends about some opinions rather than asking their wife. This is the ego. Me, I used to call it ego. And I believe that is with our African men. Yes, because I don't mingle with our with white people, so I don't really know how they reason. But our African men, the way they reason is just it. I know a couple of men that if you are saying, ask your wife, you go say, abeg, wetin that one no. So they already undirected the woman. At the end of the day, it's not the woman's fault. It's not the woman's fault, but they just feel that asking, like somebody make a comment, left a comment here and said, they believe that asking the woman this thing makes them feel less of being the head, as it make them feel like they are now the tail, that the woman is now on top of them because they decide to seek for the woman's opinion, which is not right. I don't know if am I even making sense. They answer
Yeah.
me now. Let me know if you are hearing what I'm saying. Hello.
Yeah, yes, yes, definitely. I don't know what happened to my thing there.
So for me, it's pride, the ego, pride. They don't want to it's just like they don't want to, they know that this thing that they are doing, that they want to ask, they want, as in they can't think alone, they need a support system. But instead of them to ask their wife for the support system, they prefer to ask outsider, because they believe that asking their wife will bring them down.
But
As
that
in,
shouldn't be though. That shouldn't
that
be the case.
shouldn't be. That's what I'm saying. That it shouldn't be. But then they will tell you that I'm the head, I'm the man of this house. So
Mm.
that's why I asked you that question. Are we talking about head as in head, the responsibility, the being the head, or just the one in your story? you know? So that is just, that shouldn't be it. But at the end of the day, it's what is going round. Is what is going on. I was telling a friend of mine, then when I got married, then when I newly got married, I will be asking my husband, yeah, this man, how are we going to do? He will just be looking at me like,
What
you
are
will
you
not
saying?
understand. You will not understand. Then one day I was just
Yeah,
so angry. I just said, which one is I will not understand? Just say it.
yeah.
Say it, let's talk about it. Which one is I will not understand? Then if when he said the first one, he told me his plans. I said, okay, do it like this, do it like this, try this one, try this one. Do you know what he did? He didn't even answer me. He just left me and went out. Then later he now did one in his mind, the one he has
Mm.
already decided to do. And when it didn't work
And how
out,
did that make you feel, Richie?
yes, when he did the one in his mind, I didn't feel bad. To be
Mm.
truthful, I didn't feel bad because I believe that he has already made his decision. He has already made his decision. He just wants to please me because I was complaining that you don't seek my opinion, you
Mm.
understand? So he just decided. So I just knew that okay, he has already made it. But when I got angry was when that decision that he took didn't work out. And he now
Yeah.
indirectly used the one I told him at first.
Mm-hmm.
That was where I now got angry. He did it the first time. I just
Mm.
pretended that I didn't notice what happened. Then he
Yeah,
did it second time. Then the third time, I just spark. Like
yeah.
I said, come, if you want to steal my idea, you steal it and let me know that it's
Let
still
me know and
my
take
idea.
permission, kind of.
Know that I will
But
give you
it's
idea. At the
true.
end of the day, you come out to feel like you are the one that brought the idea. I brought the
Yeah.
idea. Give me the credit. You
And
know.
that's so true. And that has happened with my husband as well. And I don't know if he's still here, but sometimes I'll be like, okay, why don't you do this, do this, do this? He will act as if he didn't hear me. And maybe
Mm-hmm.
after a month or so, he will now do the same thing. Like, oh, this person said this. Franca, I'm sorry. And once Rich is done, Franca can come in.
Mm-hmm.
So once after about a month, he will come and do the same thing I've asked him to do. And I'll be like, and he will say, okay, somebody said it. I'm like, but I told you this thing a month ago, you know? So, but the point we're trying to make is that even though we are women, we know that you are the head. Try to sample our opinions and don't think that the woman does not have a say, or maybe your opinion doesn't count, or you cannot understand. Just like your husband was saying, you
Yes,
won't
we always say you don't
understand.
understand. You will not
Okay, why
understand.
don't you tell me and let me see if I understand?
And
Okay.
the annoying comment that some of them will also make, they will tell you, say, ah, wine, meaning women. What do you even
Yeah,
know? I beg, you don't.
yeah.
So that thing alone, oh God, you just bust my head. But when he started stealing my idea, I said, this idea, remember that it's a woman's
I
idea.
told you a while ago, yes.
It's a woman's idea. So
Yeah,
since then, if he wants to, he will just come out and say, oh yeah, come now, come, let this go before you now
yeah,
start. I say, just say you want me to give you my idea, not
yeah,
that before we start. So this is
yeah,
just, I see it as, it's just a normal thing within them, is that they know that you have something to offer, but they
yeah,
don't want to come to you because they will feel that they are bringing themselves down.
yeah.
So
True,
that is
true.
just, yes, they feel that okay, now if I take from her, now meaning I'm no longer the head. I don't understand.
Yeah, and Franca just said something there that when you keep quiet, the boat will sink and you will be blamed for it.
Okay.
Okay, Franca, if you want to come back up so I can add you so that we hear what you have to say about this topic.
And it's true.
Okay.
I agree with her.
Yeah,
I agree with her because, for example, now your husband wants to go into a business. and he didn't discuss it with you. It's not like you are the one that will make the business work, but he didn't just seek your opinion, and he went and do it like the way I talked about my husband, that he failed
Yeah,
in his own. Okay.
yeah.
Now, if for example this thing is something that is going to destroy the entire family, it will just go like that.
That's fine, thank you. I'm just
And
reading some of the Scorpion's comment. It says, "What you have to offer is silence. You can stay. You can help by staying out of the way." Okay.
then at the if
And
you keep quiet, if you
but
keep quiet when the thing
but
now
when you keep quiet and it goes bad, we get
Mhm.
blamed for it.
Yes,
Okay.
they will say you are a bad person, you
Yeah.
are not supporting your husband, you are
Yeah.
not doing this, not knowing that the husband is not even giving you the opportunity
To contribute or even to
to contribute.
advise.
Yes, to
That's
contribute,
also true.
you know.
That's
Like
true.
some let's okay, let me I know it happens round, but let me use movie as an example. You see a movie where a man will just imagine when a man will just want to go into a business, and he will borrow money from bank, their house, cars, everything
Mm-hmm.
for collateral, just to borrow money to go, and you didn't even bother to just leave one just small something, and you didn't ask for your wife's opinion, and at the end of the day
Yeah.
when the business crashed, maybe the
Elias,
thing
can you
didn't work
share?
out.
Sorry, Elias, can you share the link again, please? Bye with Chantel. Thank you so much for calling. Thank you so much. Okay.
then
So
at
what
the
yeah,
Yeah.
preaching.
Then at the end of the day, when the business collapse, you now see the wife will now start managing with the man, moving back to the village, suffering, and
Which
Thunder
is so
Scorpio
true.
say a big man will not blame his wife. My dear,
Yeah.
my dear, not
I'll just add Franca
yeah, you
now
can
so that we can hear what she has to say on this one. Mama Franca.
Yola, hello everyone.
Hello, good to see you. Even though we can't
Yeah,
literally
see,
see you.
yeah, this thing called marriage, it's a two-way
Hmm.
thing. If a man wants to succeed, he has to see his wife as his partner.
Exactly.
If he doesn't see her as a partner, he's going to be seeing her as a slave, like in the village of Scorpio. In the village of
Thunder Scorpio.
Thunder, yeah. But the thing is this: in my house, sometimes when my husband wants to do something, he comes and like, look at this.
oh
Her
no,
line was not clear anyway. Hopefully
yeah.
she's not back again. But thank you so much. So if the best is saying, all I know, the women should keep sharing our ideas with men. They heard and they take take those advice indirectly. That's just the fact. Okay, so when
Yes,
we give the advice in a way that it doesn't feel like you're actually telling them what to do, they will
yeah.
eventually take it if it's a good one. And we're not saying that if we give you advice, then that means you must take it. So she's back up.
Mhm.
Okay.
And again,
I
another
don't
some women, okay. Oh,
do my
she's
own.
up.
I think you have this is my decision, but you have the knife, you have the bread. Any part you choose to cut, no wahala. But let me tell you, if you do to be like this, so if you do it like that, it will be like that. For example,
Her line is not clear
Yeah.
at all. Right, okay. Right. So what she's trying to say is that we take decisions. She's back up. Mama Franca, what's happening with your connection? Oh,
my own is this: every man should let their wives bring their opinion, because our house is my opinion. The car we are driving is my opinion. The place in the decision making for our living room should be was my opinion. Nothing well that doesn't make him doesn't stop him
less of
from
a
being the head
man.
of the family. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's my little contribution.
Thank you so
Bye.
much. Thank you so much for coming up, Mama Franca. I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. Okay, so what Mama Franca is saying there is that let's take the fact that we're the ones giving him like suggesting or advising or that doesn't make him less of a man, doesn't make him less of the head, doesn't make him less of the king that he is. I call my husband my king. The fact that I'm suggesting things to him doesn't mean that it will make him less of the king that he is. But if he keeps making decisions that I'm not involved, Lady G, thank you for coming. If he keeps making decisions without my consent, without consulting me, not even consulting me per se, just tell me about it, just let me be in the know of the decisions you're making, then I feel less of the queen that I'm supposed to be. And I know that Blue Jeans was saying that he's the king and that there's no way we can drag the position or anything, and that's not what we're trying to do. You are the king, so let me feel like your queen by putting me in the know of the decisions that you're making. Okay, not just you running out and say, okay, I'm making the decision, my wife doesn't have a say. Okay, so yes, I might not have the say, but let me just know about what you're doing. Okay, I'll let you know that you don't need you don't need to know. Okay, Thunder Scorpion. So, Lady G, we're just talking about the fact that a lot of men think that from the topic, a lot of men think that their wives do not have a say, or their wives' opinions do not matter, do not count. Okay, so that's just what we are talking about today. Okay, but thank you all so much for your amazing contribution. I know that we've got two sides. Some people are saying the man is the head and there's no sharing. Yes, the man is the head and he makes the decision. He bears the responsibilities. And Cobb then said there as well that the man can take a bullet for his family, which is true. And so can a woman take a bullet for her family as well. We're not dragging the position. We're not saying that we're equal. So you are the man, I'm the woman. We're not equal. Number one, so thank you so much for coming. We're not equal, but what we're saying is that we are equally important. I am not the man, you are the man, you are the king. But that doesn't mean that I'm less important because I'm the woman. We're equally important. Okay. Franca's Kitchen is laughing, but thank you all so much for coming. Blue Jean says some choosing advocate. Okay, so Chizzy says, let's be real. Some of us women take advice from friends and fake friends and come home to apply that theory. Name, you are looking for trouble. Marriage needs God's wisdom and understanding. Okay, and that's so sad. If a woman will go and take advice from her friends and family, or because she sees that her friends are living in a certain way, or maybe because her friends are being telling their husbands what to do, and then comes home to say, okay, mine has to be this way, then definitely you are looking for trouble. Okay, you are definitely looking for trouble because your husband and that person's husband are different. And someone rightly pointed out that there are some men that are more difficult. Some men are stubborn, they will not listen to you. Okay, and what I said is that there's a way to talk to that person to make it feel like it's their decision when it's actually your decision. Okay, so if you think that, okay, because your friends are doing certain things and then you want to do it that way, then it might not work for you. You might end up receiving a slap on your face, God forbid, because that's not what we want. Okay, we want to be respected by our partners, by our husbands. We want to be respected. So you don't want to bring something, an idea from your friends or from the general public, like, well, this is how it's done. And that's why Tonda said that a lot of women make decisions based on their emotions. So they see things and be like, okay, you know what, I want mine to be that way based on emotions. Okay, but that's not what we're talking about. What we're saying is, let me see what JJ said. So what we're saying is, you make decisions logically. Don't think that your wife is less of a human because she's a woman. Okay, we want to be put in the know of the decisions you're making. We want to be able to say, okay, yes, my husband made this decision, but I was aware of it. Okay, instead of coming from someone else to say, okay, you know what, I heard your husband did this. Did you know about it? Okay, and some people would actually go to the extent of telling their friends, like, you know what, my wife, that one don't know anything, which is so hard and so heartbreaking. I'll just read, and unless you can refute my comments, your comments are just mere opinions. Okay, let's have a look. JGNC, where are you? So this is a very, I can see this is a very controversial topic because we all have our own opinions, and no opinion is wrong because we're all humans. We all have our opinions. Okay, JJC, where is your comment? Okay, so JJC, turn that to your comment. Oh, so your comment is a joke. Try not to make a mockery of you. A masquerade. Right, so Compton says, let me give you okay, let me give you an example. God handed over the garden of to Adam. They had an issue. Adam straight up blamed Eve. As women, is that what we want? The husband makes a decision and takes responsibility, which is true. And Cobbs, then I have no and nothing against what you've just said. Okay, so the man makes a decision, but then when it comes to some decisions that affect this topic is very sensitive. I totally agree with you, Jessica. I totally agree. When it comes to decisions, so in as much as he's the husband, he makes the decisions, he's right. Okay, because God has given him the wisdom to do it. God has made him the head. God has put him in that position. Okay, there's nothing wrong with him saying, okay, this is what I'm trying to do, or this is what I'm about to do. Not because I'm going to change his decision per se, not because I'm going to say, okay, no. Sometimes, yes, I can try to influence him if I think what he's trying to say or do is not right. I can try to influence him and talk to him about it. But other times, it's just so I can be aware of what he's doing, so I can know that, okay, this is what my husband is trying to do, not because I'm trying to challenge him, not because I'm trying to say, okay, you are not the head, I have to make the decisions with you. No, we are in partnership. We are in partnership. We're husband and wife. One person is not more important than the other. Yes, the man is the head, the woman is the neck. We are both important when it comes to our relationship because we are both in that relationship together. Yes, the man leads the home. Yes, the man makes the decisions, but that doesn't mean that my decisions and my opinion are rubbish. Okay, so if you better say yes, so something may try to put a gap in a discussion just to confuse what they're saying, trying to share, because they believe we would always be a woman. We are. Okay, so someone say, I stand by every word I speak as my father was the same. Okay, and must be like him, a thunder. Or go on, it says, once two people enter into a relationship, the number of decisions they should make on their own decreases. Exactly. Thank you so much. Decreases. Thank you. Decreases significantly because their respective decision circles overlap. And that's also true. So I cannot say, okay, I'm the man, therefore, because I know that this decision is in my interest, therefore I make that decision, even though it's not my wife doesn't support it. You can't just stand up and make decisions. So yes, you make the decisions, but let it be with the consent of your wife. Don't make decisions that, okay, you know what, I'm making a decision anyway. So it's really, really important that because we are in partnership, we're not in bondage. And like I said, some men feel like, okay, the position of the woman is just to make babies, clean the house. That's your position, while I call the shots. Okay, and that's where I have the issues. I don't have any issues saying, okay, the man makes the decisions. No, but don't say my position is less because you are the man. Okay, so Blue Jean is saying there is no partnership. It is not, it is partnership. Okay, and that's what we'll talk about. This is my partner, and that is my partner. Okay, as far as I'm concerned, marriage is partnership. Two people coming together to become one. So two people coming together, not one being less and the other being more, but two people coming together to become one. Okay, so it's definitely partnership. Partnership. Okay, a home. Nyagas in the Bible says a home is built by two. That is both a husband and a wife, and both opinions are very important. Exactly. It's not fair if only the husband is the one that is the decision maker, because a home is made by both of them, and that's also correct. It's not fair that, okay, I'm no now. Imagine your whole, okay, I'll put it to you, Cobbs, then, because you have a very strong point when it comes to to this topic that we're talking about. Imagine that your husband is trying to make a decision and you have an opinion and he tells you no, your opinion doesn't count. How would you feel? So it's not once, it's not twice. Every time you try to tell him like, okay, what about this? It tells you, oh no, it doesn't count. How would you feel? Okay, so that's what we're talking about. Not just the fact that, okay, the man makes a decision, but the fact that the man is belittling the wife, saying that the wife does not know anything, the wife does not have an opinion. That is what we are talking about. And Jessica said it's a very sensitive topic, which I totally agree. It's a very sensitive topic. And yeah, that's in Dubai is saying a home is built by two people, not just the one person. Ego and pride is a problem of some men. She can decide what we eat tonight, and that's the orientation that we're talking about at Thunder Scorpion. Okay, she can decide what we eat. She can decide. She can take care of the kids. But when it comes to
Because
major decisions, um, she doesn't have a say. Okay, Corbin said, let's be realistic. There are some decisions that the head of the home makes, and those are vital decisions. I'm hoping that is what we're talking about. A woman makes decisions daily, especially for kids. So, yes, there are some decisions that the man would have to make on behalf of the family. Okay, there are some decisions that the woman would have to make on behalf of the family. But then there are some decisions that they would need to rub minds together. There are some decisions that they will need to rub minds together to say, okay, you know what? This is a position of things. What do you think? Even though the man might think that his decision is right, but they need to rub minds together to say, okay, you know what? What do you think? What do you think? Okay, let's do this. So, yes, there are some basic decisions that the man has to make for the family. But there are also some decisions that he needs to run by his wife, and not even run by his wife. Just put the wife in the know. Just okay. This is what I'm doing. What do you think? And the wife will be happy to say, okay, that's fine. You made a decision, but because you put me in the know, it makes me happy. It makes me feel fulfilled. Instead of you saying that, oh, my decision doesn't count or my opinions don't count. Okay, so that's just what we're talking about. Called then. So blogging say who is responsible for the household? The wife for the household, the wife? No, simply it is the responsibility of the man who is the breadwinner of the home. The wife, no. So Luis is saying that the man is a breadwinner of the house. He's meant to be the breadwinner. The woman is meant to be the bread eater. I like that. You make the bread and I eat. But in a modern day, in the modern day, the reality of things is sometimes there's bills to pay, there's children to cater for, there's this, there's that. It might the man's in some cases some men are well to do and they're able to take care of everything in the house, but sometimes they're not able to. That's when the woman comes as a support for the husband. The man is still the major provider, the man is still the breadwinner, but the wife is there to support the husband. So you won't say, okay, because you are the breadwinner, therefore don't work, don't do anything, just be looking after the kids. When I see that you are struggling, it won't help you and it won't help me. Okay, so Cobden is saying drop the link. Elias, if you want to drop the link, please. Okay, so Brenda says,
come back
yes,
now.
decisions to work and make good money to bring home can be made by the man. I'm saying, Elias, if you want to drop the link, please. Helen says, when then she becomes the dominant at home, just cook and take care of the kids. Don't give any advice because you've got no wisdom. Exactly, that's what we're talking about. Norma says, nobody from outside will come and make decisions. Something is, okay, Richie, you've calmed down. Okay, decision for other parties unless you both see the same vision in that they can suggest, but both couples would have to make the decision together. Okay, decision for the benefits. Okay, thank you very much for that. Paulette's lifestyle, thank you for coming. Paulette's lifestyle, this is a very serious topic. Very serious. Oh, let me tell you something. Let me find the if you best comment. Okay, so host, let me tell you something. If a man feel like he does not need your decision, just give him few time and avoid saying things. One day he will definitely come back to demand for your opinion. Okay. That's Ife Best. So I've got Cobden on the screen. Right. So Cobden on the screen. Let's hear you, please.
Okay, so I just wanted to clarify something. Now, the husband is the head of the home.
Yeah.
I think we're all
Yeah.
on the same page with that.
Yeah.
And the woman is like the heart of the home, right? The part of the difficulty that I have now with, especially with this whole feminist movement, we're equal with men and all that. We're not equal with men. I
No.
don't want to be a man. God has designed men and women to fulfill certain responsibilities. And I gave the example of Adam and Eve, right? The responsibility of that garden was Adam. And when God called to ask, what happened? Where are you guys? Why are you hiding? He was addressing Adam and Adam alone. He wasn't
Yeah.
talking to Eve because he was responsibility. It was Adam's responsibility. But based on the arguments that we're making, God should have addressed Adam and Eve. He should have said, Adam, come here. Eve, come here. What did two of you do? No, we should take a cue from what God is saying. And I'm not saying that promoting or encouraging situations where a husband doesn't involve his wife at all and she is in complete dark of what is happening. Absolutely not. And I gave the example of bullet 50-50 bullet thing. A husband takes a bullet and he doesn't say, okay, my wife, half of the bullet you take it and the other half. No, because he's the head of the home. And I'm hoping that we're referring to solid husbands in this case, right?
Yeah.
I'm also what the other thing I was going to say is that decisions are being made on a daily basis from the man's side and from the woman's side. But when it comes to major decisions, where do we move to? I'll give you an example. When we relocated, we've moved around a couple of times from one continent to the other. And there are some things when we're looking for houses or trying to buy one or rent one, the things I am looking out for, Blue Jeans is not looking at the same thing because he's looking at it from a point of security, and I don't see those things. So when it comes to things like major decisions for a house move or house purchase, I leave it, I stay in my lane, and my lane is Blue Jeans is the head of the home. That headship comes with decision making, and it's major decision making. Now, the everyday running of the household, I wouldn't expect Blue Jeans to come and meet me and say, okay, you have to cook this soup today. You have to, no, I'm making those decisions without his own involvement. So when it comes to husband-wife thing, there are roles and responsibilities that are attached to the head of the home. Whether he discusses it with the wife or not is a completely different ballgame. But if a ship is falling down, the only person that is going to be looked at what happened is the man. So if he's going to take the responsibility of something went wrong, he should also take the decision-making part. And I'm not here trying to say, oh, women have to be slaves, or no, not at all.
Exactly.
I don't think it comes off. I'm hoping it doesn't come off as that, because that's not even the way we roll.
All you have been saying, that's what I'm trying to say. Women are not second-class citizens.
Exactly.
Yes, some decisions need to be made by men. There's some decisions that need to be made by women, but that doesn't make the fact that you are the head doesn't make me a second-class citizen. That's
correct.
What we're trying to talk about. That's
correct.
What we're talking about.
There's this statement that I tend to always make. They said there's equality in worth, but hierarchy in function. Now, the hierarchy part, that is where I think, especially with the whole women's movement and all of that, I'm all for the advancement of women. I'm all for, but let's not try and make our men women. Let's stop all that. It gets exhausting. And these days turns people off from marriage and all that. There's nothing wrong with being the second head of the home. There's nothing wrong with it. That's the way we're designed, and that's the way things flow easier. When this person knows his role, that person knows his role, and together we can make magic work in the house.
Yeah, definitely. I totally agree with that. Tonda has just dropped the mic for you, like, that's it. Well, that's completely right. And that's why I said the man is the breadwinner. I'm the bread eater. I'm happy with that. There are some things that have to be done by the man. Some decisions need to be made by the man. And there's some decisions like, okay, what Pampers is my child going to wear? I'm not going to wait for my husband to decide that for me, because that's my duty. Okay, so that's duty, and that he's got his duty, I've got my duty. But what I'm trying to talk about today is the fact that, okay, some men feel like the woman is a second-class citizen. So you are the king, you have your position. I'm the queen, I have my position. I would never say, okay, I want to be a king. Like you said, it's tiring. I don't
Yeah.
want to now be the one working to make money for the family.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah.
let me
Yeah.
eat while you work. I'll be very happy. But don't think that I'm now a second class citizen. I
Yeah.
don't have my say. My opinions don't count at all.
Yeah, I
Okay,
disagree
that's
with that, being a second class
exactly.
citizen. But the thing is, we also make decisions every day as women that
Yeah,
don't have the involvement of the men at all. We don't need to ask
yeah,
them. So why
yeah.
should
Like
we have a
buying
fit?
pampers to your
So
child.
why exactly? So why should we have a fit if a man makes certain decisions that he doesn't involve his wife? What's wrong with that?
That's
We do
completely
it.
right.
We do
Yeah,
it, and just rightfully so. So why is it not right for the man?
it is
Like
right for
if
the
I'm
man
going
to
to
make the
make what I
decisions.
like what we're going to have for lunch or for dinner, I'm not going to ask. Okay, maybe if it's a special thing, say, okay, what do you want
Mm,
today? That's a different thing. But in calling the
yeah,
shots of the kitchen, I even refer
yeah.
to it as my kitchen.
Your
Leave my
space.
pots, leave my stuff, because it's my stuff.
Yeah,
He's not involved in it at all. So there are some things
yeah,
I know that I'm not involved. So I stay in my lane. There's
yeah,
nothing wrong with that. But if it comes to the point where it's he's looking at his wife as a second class citizen, no, that's a no. We
yeah.
shouldn't encourage that at
That's
all.
the point that we're on about. That's the point that we are against. Well, you're totally right. Thank you so much. Let me now drop my mic for you as well. Thank you so much for coming up. I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't know how to exit this thing. How do I jump out? Please.
I think I've removed her from the stream. I don't know if she's still there. But yeah, so that's what we're trying to say. Well said. Yes, somebody else is there. Two people actually. JJNC family. Okay. JJNC family. This topic is hot.
Hello, host. I swear to God, if I was not a YouTuber, I would not watch this show because we're going away from the point. You
Yeah.
know, the lady that just came in now is saying um, she's like, that is not the point we're saying. If
Yeah.
your husband do not bring you along when you're making decision in a home, is that marriage? That is the point we're talking about. And also there's a comment down there that you should have blocked the person. I don't know, maybe you're looking for a view. There's some topic that people should not just joke about. I know our opinions matters, but sometimes some comments, if you don't know what to, if you want to make a mockery of yourself, just go to your bathroom and laugh, because this comment, a lot of women are going through this. Maybe
Yeah.
somebody is there washing and they're listening to you guys now, and there's some decision they want to make because the way you're going on about it, like you were on the right. I'm not saying nobody is wrong or nobody is right, but when a man does not carry you along, does not
Yeah.
bring you involved when he's making decision, to me, I don't call that marriage.
Yeah.
Women does not belong to the other room.
Yeah. They're
we
not
are
less second
we're
class
not
citizens.
Obviously we're not equal. Yes,
Yeah.
the man is the head. I don't know this head and tail, but obviously there is hierarchy in the home. After
Yeah.
God, the man and the woman, then the
Yeah.
children follow. But
Yeah.
then nobody should be left alone. Even your children, you need to bring them along.
Yeah.
That is the topic we're talking about. It's not saying, we're not trying to
Dragging the
sugar,
position.
we're not dragging position, yes, like you
Yeah.
just said.
Yeah.
So insist on the topic that men should carry their wife along. Women should not be a weaker vessel. Don't see them like they don't have a contribution, like
Yeah.
that one called thunder. Oh my God.
Leave my tongue out for me.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much for coming up. I appreciate it. Come there has caused problem. But no, the point we're trying to make in all of this is the fact that women are not second class citizens. I'll just read Colin's comment. Colin says we can help ease burden to the stress of being head of a house by listening and giving supportive suggestions that promote equal respect for both husband and wife. Okay, so we want to be respected equally. We want to respect me, I respect you. Your opinion counts, my opinion counts, because we are both in this together. Please, guys, let's not take it personal. Exactly. Thank you so much, the Delta Pekin. Get out of your feeling is a discussion. So yes, we all have our opinion. We're entitled to our opinion. We can air our opinions, because we're all different and we don't see things the same way. And I did a video about I can't remember I think it was how to resolve conflicts. We might be looking at the same thing, but we're seeing it from different perspectives. I'm seeing it from the back, and you're seeing it from the front. Okay, so what Cobden was saying is the fact that the man's position is a man's position, the woman's position is a woman's position, which is what we've been talking about. But the where we have a problem is the fact that some men think that the women are less than the men, or the women are a second-class citizen because of the men, and the man is a first-class citizen. Okay, so that's the point that we're talking about. Okay, like we said, this is a very it's a very sensitive topic. I didn't know. They jump out from the topic. Yes, I'll go on and say, when the foundation of a relationship is built upon the pillars of communication, respect, and trust, where it is bound to succeed. Okay, Bridget says bad communication skills is not the same thing as decision-making process. Okay, let's have a look, see if there's any other comments I've missed. Okay, so Cobden is just saying that it's her opinion. Okay, so it's really important that we understand what we're talking about. So we're not trying to drag the position of a man, and I think it was Blue Jeans that said he's a king and the woman is a queen. Yes, we all have our opinions. Ufuma, yes, of course, he's the king and I'm the queen. Okay, the fact that it puts me in the know of what he's doing does not make him less of a king, and the fact that I go to him for my when I'm not clear about what to do does not make me less of a queen. You know, so we need to understand that. Okay, please drop the link. Please drop the link or at LES Matters. LES Matters, please drop the link. Let's hear Blue Jeans. Okay, we're not dragging position at all. We're just saying that we don't want the women to feel like less of who they are. Guys, let's go easy. Let's go open to others' opinion. We can agree to disagree. No right or wrong answers, just differences of opinion. And that is so true. It's nothing personal. So this is what you think, and this is what I think. Okay, Cobden is trying to bring it from her own perspective. Okay, and we are trying to, myself and JJ and C and Richie and all, we're bringing it from another perspective. So they're two different angles. Okay, so we're not dragging position, but the woman should not be seen as a second-class citizen. We both need each other. We are equally important. Okay, so that's the link there for you, Blue Jeans, if you want to come up. Okay. Okay, this topic is so hot. Last week, I thought last week was hot, but today it's hot. But thank you all so much for your engagement. I really, really do appreciate it so much. Thank you so much. Okay, let's see if we missed any other comments. And like I said, we're all different. We are all different. We don't have the same opinions. We have different beliefs. So let's not take anything personal. Thank you, LES Matters, for dropping the link. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. I think Blue Jeans is there now. Okay. Okay, Baba Blue. Thank you so much for coming up. Thank you. Let's hear you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now, yes.
Okay, hello, good morning. It's 11:13 a.m. Good morning, everyone. Welcome, everyone. I trust everyone is keeping safe. Thank you for having me. Hello, I just wanted to say something real quick about the topic. I think, honestly, let me put it this way. We need to be specific and be exact as to what we mean when we say decision-making or second-class citizen. So my question to you is, can you give me an example a scenario where, according to your topic, I'm the head of the household, I make all the decision and my wife has no say. What kind of situation would that make? What kind of situation would that have to, what kind of situation would be in place for the man or the husband to say something like that? Most husbands I know don't say stuff like that. Something must have happened. So what happened?
A lot of African a lot of people in Africa, Nigerians, they say, because I'm African, I'm Nigerian, okay? When the men think that the women are less, okay? I gave an example of a man that earns so much money, but then lives from paycheck to paycheck. He has so much money, earns so much, but spends his money on his family, not his wife and children, but his mom, his brother, training them in school. And when the wife tries to say, okay, what are you doing? Or why are you doing this? Or why don't you take a step back? He says, oh, how dare you? It's my money. I make the money. I call the shots. I decide how my money is spent.
But that is a rarity. That is not how most. If it happens in isolation. Most men take care of their families. A situation where you say,
I know that in your live stream you were talking about what was it you were talking about? Men of now and men of before.
I don't. Yes,
so
and
men of today have that orientation that okay, yes, we're together. Let's make this decision together. But there are still some men that have that mindset of, you know what, how dare you?
In the same way, there are still some women who have the mindset that the men should take care of everything, that the men should handle everything, that they don't do anything. They don't. It's the same thing. So again, it depends on the situation. We cannot pick one situation and say that is how say some, or when a guy goes off like this and says, hey, the wife should stay in one position, something must have happened. Rarely would you find a situation where the wife is the extreme case of she doesn't do anything, she's not interested, she leaves everything up to the man. Something must have happened. So I will not now say some women are like this to their husbands or in the home. Something must have happened. And that's why I say when we bring up topics like this, let's stick to one situation where we know everything that must have happened for the guy to say this, the woman should not do this. To just say this, I don't know what will cause a guy to say something must have happened. It's not about environment. It's not about you grew up in Africa. For couples to go down this path where the man is saying the woman has no part to play in decision making, there's definitely conflict. Something is up. And that it doesn't rarely would you have a situation where the couple or the man or the woman they're okay and this is how they operate. There must be conflict for a situation like this to occur.
Sometimes, Blue Jean, sometimes it's not necessarily conflicts, it's just the orientation that has been passed on from generation to generation in African culture, which we talked about in your live stream the last time.
I think that man wants to die alone. I think the man wants to die alone.
Women that are living in those kind of marriages that are not happy.
It's because of years of covering up stuff, not talking to people, not trying to resolve issues. People cover it up. You come into a situation where years of cover up, the man is now like a robot, the woman is now like a robot. We see such situations everywhere it's not even only in Africa. We see it in the US, we see it in the UK, we see it's everywhere. Once a couple is involved and there's conflict, people are not talking, people are not resolving. This is when you see things like this.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes they have issues, but sometimes normal Nigerian mentality, Nigerian mentality is like, okay, you are the man.
And how about the typical Nigerian women? How about the typical Nigerian women? Do they do anything? Should we talk about Nigerian women?
So we can say, oh, I'm the woman, let my husband do everything. That's a different topic. Okay, all I do is eat my husband's money or spend my husband's money. That's a different topic. And we know that is wrong. Okay, but we're talking about a different topic today, which is the cultural mentality which most men in Africa have. Some of them, even though they are in the West, even though they are living abroad in Europe, in America, UK, some of them still have that. Like that guy I told you about. How dare you? He lives
if again, like I said, we need to describe the situation. Now let me give you the situation. Let me describe the situation where I'll think a man will go off like that. Do you know the amount of pressure a Nigerian man who just graduated university, has prospects, is getting from the father, from the mother, from the in-laws, from the cousin? They are probably breathing down his neck on how to make sure that he sends money back home. The wife is probably telling him about her own family members, and she's probably not doing anything. The guy probably wakes up every morning since he left university, going to work to not take care of himself, but to take care of other people around him. And you really think he's going to have time to listen to his wife tell him how to do things? I don't. I think we should be. It's not as easy as we make it seem for the Nigerian man or for the African man, someone who has grown up in some particular way. The pressure that they put on the young men in Nigeria or in Africa is too much, is way too much. We know of wives who put so much pressure on their husbands. They want the best of the best, and they extend it to their families. So please don't blame the men when they tell the woman to stay in their lane. Because if they don't do it that way, if he doesn't say such, she will be the one to open her mouth and tell her own in-laws that the man is useless. She will be the same person that will go to her pastor and tell the pastor that the guy is not paying attention. So again, it's all peculiar to the situation. All I'm saying is the pressure on the men to perform, especially men from Africa, is way too much. And it's not normal.
I totally understand that. And that's where the woman comes and says, okay, you know what? Why don't you do this or do that or do that? And then the story we're talking about, the man now comes and says, oh, you know what? How dare you? Okay, it's my money. It's this, it's that, it's that. You don't have a say. You have no right to say anything. And that's what we're just talking about. A lot of men do that. A lot of men feel that way, and that's not right. Okay, and that's what we're just trying to address today.
And I agree with you. We shouldn't condone bad behavior. Bad behavior is bad behavior.
Definitely. Bad behavior is bad behavior. No one is less important than the other person. But thank you so much for coming up.
Thank you for having me. All right then. Bye everyone.
All right, bye. So if we continue with this topic today, I don't think we're going to come to the end. So Colin says, my parents were traditional. She stayed at home and he worked. And in charge of everything, he abused the position of power by being controlling and not respectful. So this is what we're talking about, okay? Because she's not working, he feels that he's the man. Can you see me now? I don't know what happened with the chat before. Show your face. How are you sure? Can you see me now? Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. Thanks everyone that has contributed. I appreciate every single one of you. Okay, so some men, like what Colin is saying, said in her statement there, because her mom wasn't working, the dad was working, he was the alpha male, he abused his power, okay, because he was the one working, he was calling the shots. Now the woman has no say. Okay, so yes, we see you now. Yay. I don't know what happened. Thank you so much, and Tonda, thank you so much. Thanks, the James. No man, na man you be. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. I really do appreciate you. But the bottom line is, when it comes to relationship, Busuma Barrier, thank you so much for coming. When it comes to relationship, when it comes to marriages, we are not equal, but we are equally important. So the man's role is different from the woman's role, but we're equally important when it comes to especially decision making that affects the both of us. It might not be that I'm making a decision for you, but I'm running the decision past you. Say, for instance, we're moving from Nigeria to Canada. I can't just wake up and say, okay, we're going. I need to run. My husband needs to run it by me and say, okay, I've got this job coming up in Canada or maybe somewhere else. What I think we're going to be moving this and this, and I'll be like, okay, this is what we need. This is what we need. This is what we need. This is what I'm going to do. Okay, so we need to run it by each other. Okay, a real man comes home and tell his wife how his day went and not ignoring his wife because she is less important, which is so true. So we want to not make decision for the men, but we want to be in the know of a decision because we are partners in a relationship. Okay, but thank you all so much for coming. I do appreciate you. So what we're trying to do is remove that notion that, okay, the woman is less important, or the woman is a slave, or the woman is just there to take care of the house and make babies. Okay, so that's what we are trying to like take out of our minds. Okay. Yeah, so Victoria, I think this topic is not going to end. If we continue, it will end. Well, I'm going to have to go now. It's 1 hour and 24 minutes. I want to appreciate everyone that came in today, everyone that came up on my screen. I appreciate every single one of you. Words cannot explain how grateful I am for everyone coming on my live stream every single week. Everyone showing up, everyone contributing. Thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of you. But I'm going to have to go now. I hope everyone has a beautiful evening, a beautiful week ahead, a blessed week ahead. Stay well, stay safe, and remember to live your best life ever, do everything every day to become the best version of yourself. But thank you so much, and bye, everyone. Bye.